Hey everybody, I'm Wes Brownlee.
And I'm Sean Moscow, and the candy shop.
Is now open. We really got to find a way to get Tyler on the intro. Maybe that'll
I
be something
know.
for next
Maybe
episode.
I'll just fucking do a new ding every time. I'm just fucking wow. Just do
Tyler's
something
the
fun and
opening
fresh.
door.
Yeah, then we gotta find an
And
audio that
gong.
matches to whatever Tyler does.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm here for it.
We'll
I'm here
sort it
for
out.
it.
We'll sort it out.
Nah, we'll figure it
Um,
out.
but yeah, I mean, pretty simple way to start. I feel like, boys. I had brought it up a little bit earlier, but I would love to hear at home. You're at the grocery shop, right? Grocery store. What are we buying for sandwiches? I'm really passionate about this. I was telling y'all, me and my boys had a very angering conversation of
Anger.
such. We're at the grocery store. What are we getting for a sandwich?
Uh,
You walk in there,
so
you
are we
know.
talking like, everyday normal sandwich? Are we talking like I'm gonna make the most bomb sandwich when I get home? Like,
Doesn't
there's a
matter.
No.
difference.
We're
There's a
starting with
difference.
bread. We got to buy bread first. Doesn't matter what type of sandwich we're making. It's bread. First
Are
off,
y'all
we got to
square
buy bread.
bread or are you getting hoagie bread?
Look, if it's like a normal sandwich, I'm just getting like a normal like Sara Lee's honey wheat bread. I think that's just delicious.
Honey
But if I'm
Honey wheat is
wheat?
good.
bro,
Honey
honey
wheat is
wheat's good
good.
bread. It's a little bit
Potato
sweet.
bread. Potato bread.
No, potato
No, no,
look,
no, no,
potato
no,
bread
no.
is good, but honey, I think honey wheat bread's got more flavor. Potato wheat bread's got better texture. That's my take
No,
on
but
bread.
for the purposes of this yap, I would say you're out at the grocery store buying other things. You're not simply
Yeah.
going to the grocery store because you want to make a sandwich.
So
So
it's like
a sandwich you would
I'm buying
make on a
sandwich
day.
stuff. I'm buying sandwich stuff to bring to work for the
Yeah,
next week.
yeah.
Okay,
You don't want to
cool,
get
cool,
made. You don't want
cool.
to get bullied for the fucking sandwich you're walking in with.
Well, I get bullied anyways.
Got
So,
you.
Dude, I was getting berated at work today. Oh my god.
what
Oh
was
my
that?
god.
What did you do to get berated?
Well, so I may or may not
Sounds like
have
you're at
fallen
fault.
asleep in a Zoom meeting. And it wasn't like a deep sleep. It was like we were in Zoom for 5 hours long. And so about hour four, I'm sitting back in my chair like this, and then I kind of hit one of these, and then somebody got a screen snip of it, and they photoshopped me onto a bunch of things.
Who has a meeting for 5 hours?
Not the Photoshop onto a bunch of things.
Tyler became a meme. Send us some of those
Literally,
pictures. We can
Literally, and
post
that
them.
was last week. And then this week we had a meeting where like we had a couple of guest speakers, and I was sitting like this, and I looked down like this, and my eyes don't look like they're open right now.
No, you look like you're asleep.
And so somebody screen captured that, and I was like, Tyler, you sleepy? And my like lead was like, I asked you guys specifically to be attentive. This is after I've asked 4 questions and nobody else has said a single damn thing. I'm the type of motherfucker in these Zoom meetings that I have to be told to stop raising my hand because I'm a be engaged. And so I was like, yo, I cannot stand this slander. What have I done to deserve this slander? And then all the fucking memes got sent together. Okay, maybe
You said, all right, I
Now,
deserved it a little bit.
Tyler, we need you to send us that picture so you can post it on the Instagram.
Yeah, we
I
need that
just feel
photo.
like,
We need it.
yeah, I just feel like it's not a good look.
We
No, it's definitely not.
I need to have my job.
Our first podcast episode was called Tetons and Sex Clubs. I don't think it can get any worse than that.
Well, I guess you're not wrong.
It definitely
I guess.
can, but we're just not going to let it. We're not going to let it get any worse than that.
I'm not featured in said Tetons and Sex Clubs, all right?
It's okay. I told my boss about Tetons and sex clubs today. Well, the best thing about that episode title is that Tetons in French means tits. So
Means
really,
titties.
it's tits and sex clubs is what
Yeah.
what the episode's called.
It
So
had that
why they called the
certain-
Grand Tetons?
Because
'Cause
when
they
the
look like
people
big
first
tits.
found them, they're like, "Wow, those just look like big titties."
Actually,
Yeah,
Yes.
no, it's like actual lore. You can look it up. But while
I
Sean's
need to
looking
go
it
to
up,
the Grand Tetons.
you do. While Sean's looking that up, I'm finally going to answer your sandwich question, right?
Oh, please. This is
Um,
the
Mhm.
heart
I
of the
think that-
conversation here.
I think the number one thing I need is I need dill pickles, right? Like I'm
Mm.
okay with a bread and butter pickle, but I like the
Yeah.
dill pickles better.
Are we going Grillos or fucking kosher?
Kosher,
Wrong.
kosher.
Have you had Grillo's pickles?
I have, but I like
And
the
you're
kosher
picking
ones.
a regular fucking.
Actually, no. Okay, no. You're right. You're right. I was wrong in that situation. Grillo's is the pickle. I keep the Grillo's pickle juice in my fridge so that when I have cucumbers, I can make it. Like, you've seen me do
I
that.
know, which is why
I forgot.
when you answered the way you answered, anger.
As someone who's not a pickle connoisseur, are y'all saying Glorilla pickles like the rapper?
No, hold on.
Grillo's pickles.
Go.
Grillo.
Grillo.
Grillo. Grillo.
Grillo.
Not
What?
Glorilla.
It sounds like Glorilla when you say it really fast.
Grillo.
Grillo. Bitch, I'm from Memphis.
I was showing you my Grillo's pickle. Also,
showing
can
me
we
your
talk
pickle.
about how lit this guy is, bro?
Yeah, he's lit, bro.
I just got
He's
pickle juice
hella
on my
lit.
computer. God damn it, boys. Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's a no D's, Tyler.
Real quick. They were originally called Les Trois Titans, which means the three breasts, discovered by
Oh.
French trappers. That is insane.
So look, I told you,
I
which
might
is
just
crazy.
have a new favorite part. That's hilarious.
I mean, it's been my favorite part. Like, it's not like
yeah.
the name, the grand titty does not.
You know who's probably my favorite person that has three titties?
What?
Probably my favorite person that has three titties. It's a mandatory meeting. She's a drag queen. She came out on RuPaul dressed as a purple alien, and wore three titties, and it was kind of incredible. It's an iconic moment. Go look it up.
I'm probably
Anyway,
not
What was her
going
drag,
to.
what was
but
her
I'll
drag
believe
name?
Her
Triple
drag
threat?
name is
Triple.
it's even better. It's Amanda Tori, and then meeting, and you're part of she's the CEO of SEX.
The CEO of SEX.
Yeah, she's
Man, I'm
incredible.
trying to CEO. She
So SES?
Bro, y'all
I
gotta
would
chill.
fuck up a drag. Don't
What?
get me wrong, bro. I would fuck. Back to our conversation about me not being able to twerk. I would fuck up a drag contest.
Oh, me
I'm
too.
not gonna lie. The
There's footage.
one time we went to a drag show in Lexington with Todd and Dakota was so
lit.
fun. It
It
was
was
fun to the point where they were like, "I'll buy you a drink if you give the drag queen $1 out of your mouth." And so I was like, "Yeah, I'll just do that real quick. No big deal." They got a video of it and then sent it to our boss, who at the time was very Republican, and that was just a funny thing.
At the time.
I mean, I guess he's still very Republican, but he's not my boss anymore.
Very true.
Shword.
Very true.
All right,
He didn't
tangents.
just flip flop.
Sandwich.
Yes,
what is
we
our
need
go-to
to talk about
meat?
sandwiches.
Okay, I love a good croak. I'm gonna throw that out there.
A what?
Croak. CROQUEs. They're like hot sandwiches, like a panini almost.
Why do you call
never
it a croak?
fucking heard that, my brother.
Croak? That's what I call them.
Instead of a panini.
Sean, I've lived with you for 2 years and I've never heard you say a damn croak.
Well, that's because I never made you a croak. You never asked.
Why would I ask for a croak?
Because they're so good.
Yo, Sean, let me get a
croak.
Can you whip me up a croak real quick?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want a
On
motherfucking
those.
rivet, bro. I want a goddamn panini.
Yeah, what a croak. You want a croak.
Is that a
Croaks are better.
Tennessee thing? I've never heard that in my life.
I don't know if it's a Tennessee thing. I mean, where did the term croak come from?
The meat on my croak, and like, if I'm like, I think I would love to just have like a ham and turkey, right? Like, if I'm just having like
Get behind turkey.
no, look, bro, but like the turkey on a sandwich, when you got other shit too that's like crunchy, when you got some like lettuce, tomato, onion, pickle, ham, turkey, mayo on a sandwich, bro, that's the Nana and Grandpa go-to. Every time in Maine, I'm eating that every single day, and I'm happy with it.
I'm
Every
a simple
time.
man. I'm a simple man. Give me
You didn't eat a damn cheeseburger until you were 20 years old. I don't want to hear it.
What?
Do not slander my name. It took me when I was 12. I was at a friend's house and they were only eating cheeseburgers, and I did not have it in me to ask for something else. And I discovered they were fucking delicious. Like my left nut. It took me too long, but I've mended my ways. I'm a new man. Okay, I enjoy adventurous foods now. Okay.
It's never too late to have your first one, but Jesus Christ, 20 years
Well,
old.
He
Y'all never got, like,
slandered my name. No,
McDonald's?
he slandered my name. He has slandered my name. I was 12. But you go ham and salam, Always. You need salami.
No, so salam is a top tier meat, but like if I'm just buying the shit for an everyday
You're
sandwich,
not
I'm
buying
not
salami.
buying
I got
salam.
salami in my fridge right fucking now.
Yeah, bro. I don't.
And then we're
I don't
going.
got
We're
any of this
going.
shit.
We're going provolone cheese. Shit bus. I'm going on a hoagie roll. Adding Grillo's pickles. And then I'm keeping it simple with a little bit of oregano, salt, and pepper. That's it.
That does sound really good, and I can definitely get behind the provolone is the best cheese. The provolone is easily the best cheese.
I disagree with you there. Colby Jack's the best cheese.
Colby Jack is a good shout. It's a good shout.
Colby, I love Colby Jack.
Bangs.
Munster's pretty good.
Munster is some good cheese, bro. I used to be really confused when I would like. Mom used to put our sandwiches for school. Like if she made a ham and cheese, like 80% of the time it was gonna be mustard cheese. And for a while I was like, why is she giving me mustard cheese?
Mustard.
I didn't get it. I didn't understand. I was too young.
Do we as a conglomerate agree that Swiss is awful?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Swiss cheese.
You seen that guy online that does the cheese of truth and he throws Swiss cheese on a newspaper
I do.
and reads out?
Fake.
I
That's
do.
Fake videos.
No,
Fake
it's
videos,
100%
but they're
fake.
really-
It's 100%
really funny.
fake. They're very funny, but like, there's no way, bro. It's just like, and then every time it says something coherent. No, the only time I like Swiss cheese is when it's my ops.
Swiss cheese
Didn't
does get
land.
pretty melty though.
Didn't land. I see what you were saying.
Yeah.
I think it's better that it didn't land. I think that's what makes it funny.
Damn it!
Somebody out there will get it. Somebody out there will get it.
Somebody out there
just
will
chuckled.
see the YouTube video and say, "Brother, you're wearing a Manchester United jersey. What are you saying? You're ops. You are the ops.
You are the op.
Dude, Aston Villa, the team that I picked, they were doing so well, and now are struggling.
No, bro, they're doing all right still. What do you mean?
Us
They
the-
won in the
we just
Champions
lost
League today.
We just lost to Chelsea the other day.
Dude, y'all-
this year.
Chelsea's not that bad, bro. Y'all won in the Champions League 3-1.
That's true. That's
It
true.
was a great
but
game.
It was a great game.
Bro,
But
in soccer, you can lose multiple games and still be fine. Right?
I know. I'm still used to like the American football system.
No, I get it. Look, bro, but that when you got a season where you play like 50 games in a season, it's okay to lose a couple games.
It's okay to lose 20.
So to piggyback off of the normal sandwich conversation, I want to hear from you guys what the best sandwich you ever made for yourself was. And I'm
You
talking
need to
like,
hear Sean's sandwich.
Oh yeah,
oh,
okay.
fuck, you're right.
I
You
get
need to hear
well.
Sean's sandwich.
This I can tie this in because the best sandwich I ever made for myself, and the sandwich that I will make from here on out is ham, Colby Jack, pickled juice, but I don't like pickles.
Whoa. Hold the
Pickled
fuck up.
juice, pickled
No.
juice.
I
Yeah.
want you to stop for a single second.
Mm-hmm.
How do you put the pickle
And
juice on the
what
sandwich and not the
nature?
pickles?
And
Take a
what
brush.
nature
Yeah.
are we adding this pickle juice?
So you know how like you ever watch them cook like ribs and they dip the brush in the barbecue sauce and rub it on the ribs? That's what you do to the bread. You do pickle juice on the
Does that
bread.
not make the bread soggy?
It's not the dumbest shit I've ever heard. But
No. Trust me, the taste is so good because I'm like, you do it on like a hoagie bread, like a hoagie style bread, like a sub bread.
Okay.
Gets it because I like it crunchy on the outside, soft everywhere else when it comes to bread standards. Like I want something to hold on to, but when I bite into it and I break through that first layer, I want it to just and squish down. And
You
so
want
I'm gonna
that
do
shit stick in your teeth type soft sogginess?
Nah, bro,
not
that's
that
gross.
soggy, but like malleable. You know, I don't want to have to get a workout whenever I'm eating a sandwich.
I can agree with that.
Pickle juice on the bread, and then butter on the bread as well, and then mayonnaise on one slice, mustard on the other, and then a little bit of Colby Jack, a little bit. I do like some provolone on there as well, but that's just if it's in the budget. And then ham, and then panini. Press that down.
So it sounds like you're doing the
Perfect
most
sandwich.
to make the most basic sandwich.
Yeah, and trust
I
me,
wanna-
it's so good.
I would like to
It'll
inquire.
change your life. I first made these during COVID, and it changed my life.
You're telling me you wet your loaf,
Mm-hmm.
to each their own. Then you take a knife to your wet loaf with butter and
use a
fucking
brush.
So I guess
Yeah,
he wets
use a
the loaf
brush.
and then he crunches the loaf by putting it on the pan.
Okay.
Maybe
okay.
I'm ignorant, but I've never seen you do this. And again, I've lived with you for 2 years. I never once was like,
Nah.
Sean, why are you rubbing bread on your pickle
I
juice?
never cooked at the field secretary place because
You
that
did
kitchen
go
was
out to eat every time.
disgusting. I hated cooking in that place. And
I
also,
blame
I
Craig.
never,
Not a
I
good kitchen?
never, we could. It was not a good kitchen. No, it
I
was
blame Craig.
fair enough. I think
That boy Craig. I'm gonna
we.
talk about. I'm gonna talk about Craig for a second, right? Because I lived with Craig alone for a couple of months too.
I fucking love Craig.
I think the
Craig is
best
like
des-
is a great Florida man. I
the
love
best
Craig.
description of Craig that I ever heard was from Brian when Brian said, "Craig is the type of dude that will ask you to do everything for him and never do anything for himself just because he doesn't want to get up." I was like, yeah, that describes him pretty much perfectly.
Um,
That's hilarious.
he was recently on. He was recently on a semi-viral tweet.
Was
Really?
he?
Yes, he was. He said it
Do you mean an
to
X? Do you mean an
Ah.
X?
fuck. I don't. I call it fucking tweet. Because Elon Musk can lick my balls.
I know that's
Um,
fucking right, bro. What the
yeah.
fuck is he doing in
On
Democratic and
God.
Republican fucking? Oh my God.
Mm-mm.
Different conversation, different day.
But
Yeah, we're not a
exactly.
political podcast.
No. But the Gulf of America, kind of funny. Hate to
Kinda
say
funny.
it.
Kind
It's
of funny.
hilarious. It's
Kind of
funny.
funny.
I hate
Kinda
it. I
funny.
hate him. God, but that was
Kinda
hilarious.
funny.
No, Craig. So one of his friends back home in Florida, does like a Oscar party, but the theme is always like you dress up as an Oscar nominated character from like an Oscar nominated film, one of the characters from there from the previous year. And so Craig dressed up as Jesse, I think it's Jesse Plemons' character in the Civil War movie, where the military suit and then the heart sunglasses, and then he had a Nerf gun, and tweet went semi-viral. And honestly, some of the fits in there were pretty incredible, actually.
I'll have to check this out. I don't know how I missed this.
Yeah. Well,
You're
it
not on
is-
Twitter.
I'm not. You're right.
I'm not on
That's
Twitter.
the exact
Yeah.
reason why I
That's
missed
the
this.
exact
'Cause I'm
reason he's not on
Twitter.
Twitter. No. Yeah, Craig sent it to me. When Craig sends me a tweet, I know it's a good tweet because Craig he's only on Twitter like once a month, and he always sends me absolute bangers. He sent me the video of the guy skydiving naked, and the dude's dick was helicoptering, and I'm surprised he was wearing a parachute because honestly, he didn't need that. He didn't need a parachute.
Bro, the ball skins just starts fucking
It was a
holding him up.
fucking turbulence.
I know why you're getting a scrotum shoot, bro.
I almost think it would hurt. It's like
Yeah.
I have clapped my balls
Yeah,
against each
duh.
other.
What do you mean? Do you think it would hurt?
Yeah, bro, because
Absolutely.
not only is your dangling going like this, your balls are going like this and smacking each other.
That's what I'm saying. Bro, sometimes I swing a golf club and my nuts clap and I don't know how it happened.
I've golfed with you many times, and at least once
Every
a
time.
time when we play.
Every time.
Oh,
Damn,
man.
Tyler's got some golf balls in his pants.
He does.
Because my nuts are massive. Where did I say?
Big ass balls.
All right, so Sean, if that's like the sandwich you're making every time, what's the fanciest sandwich you ever made yourself? Or not the fanciest, like the best tasting sandwich you ever made yourself?
Y'all ever see the show or the movie Chef with Jon Favreau, Sofia Vergara, Tom?
One of the
No.
times. There's lots of times.
It's so good. Tom Holland was not in it, but he was in the show that they kind of did. Because basically, the show Chef is about a Korean. Well, it is inspired by a Korean cook that worked in this restaurant and then basically decided to just quit the high end restaurant business and open a food truck. And so he was in LA. It's a great movie, but throughout the movie, Jon Favreau plays the main character, and he's cooking all these different recipes. And then he did a show about all of the things that he made in that movie. Who is the it's Roy Choi. Roy Choi's the chef, and he was like the inspiration behind the main character and the consultant on the film. And so it's Jon Favreau and Roy Choi kind of making everything and doing a cooking show based off of it. And Jon Favreau's got like Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. because he's doing the Marvel stuff as he's making the show. So like those are the guest stars, and they're all making these sandwiches, or they're making various foods. And one of the foods was a grilled cheese. It's a gourmet grilled cheese sandwich, and this was all during COVID is when like all this shit came out. And so my family and I, were bored and whatnot. And so we made these gourmet grilled cheeses and it was fucking amazing. I'm still trying to chase that high.
What is included in a said gourmet
Oh,
grilled
I
cheese?
can look, but I mean, it is all to do with the combination of the cheeses. Because like this is when I like started to play around with like different types of cheese. Because I just thought, oh, American cheddar. American cheddar is like the only cheese that exists. But then there was like, that's when I discovered Colby Jack was in that throughout that during that process. But it's all now I will say like all the cheeses that they use are probably like top-notch expensive cheeses. Like you're not gonna find the Kraft singles in this sandwich.
I would hope not.
Yeah.
If you put a Kraft single on a gourmet goddamn grilled cheese, Sean.
No, I actually I don't think I ever had Kraft singles on a gourmet. Okay, here's the recipe. It is 2 slices of sourdough bread, 1 slice of Gruyere, 1 slice of Parmesan, 1 slice of yellow cheddar, 1 slice of white cheddar. So it's 4 slices of cheese right there. That's kind of our total right now. I would throw a little bit of Colby Jack in there just because I love Colby Jack. And then soften unsalted butter for brushing, and then olive oil.
That does sound really
but
good.
deadly. It sounds fucking amazing.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's so simple, but it is fucking phenomenal.
Sounds like you're gonna be shitting a lot though.
It could be. If you're lactose intolerant, especially.
True, Tyler. I know you do a lot of chefing of the sandwiches. I've seen you make some crazy sandwiches. Let me hear your best sandwich.
So the greatest sandwich I've ever made is a melt.
Okay.
So I got rye bread. Like it's not marble rye bread, but it's like, or some of it's not chocolate. Some of it's brown, some of it's white. I don't fucking know. It just looked pretty, so I said, "Oh, okay." But I got that, and then I made 2 smash patties in said sandwich. I guess you would say that a burger's a sandwich, right? In the same nature that a hot dog's a taco. You know what I'm saying?
Sandwich. Hold up, what?
A hot dog's not a sandwich.
A hot dog's a taco.
I wasn't gonna say a hot dog was a sandwich, but I don't know if a hot dog a taco. Calling a hot dog a taco is like calling cereal soup.
Because it fucking is. You can make any food a sandwich, a soup, or what's the other one?
Salad.
Or a salad.
You know what? I guess
in this nature, you would call a hot dog a sandwich, but in my mind, it's a fucking taco. I have a singular piece of bread in a V shape with meat in between. That's a taco.
Hey, yo.
Suck my nut if you think otherwise.
Do you think a taco is a sandwich?
For sure.
I mean, taco is more of a sandwich than it is a salad or a soup.
It is 2 pieces of grain with things in between.
Okay.
But for these purposes, a hot dog is a taco. Like I said, my left nut is for the taking, if you would like to disagree. But I smashed patty 2 with cheddar and Colby Jack cheese. You gotta switch it up, because I agree, Colby Jack is just
It's so good. It's a staple.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Obviously, the burgers themselves were seasoned with salt, pepper, and Cajun seasoning. Big fan of Cajun.
Delicious.
So made those, then did the melt, opened up sandwich, added sauteed onions, pickles, and jalapenos.
That's a spicy sandwich.
It was delicious. It
That
was
sounds very
so
good.
fucking good. Pair it with some, just you throw some goddamn fries in the oven. Oh my god. Oh my.
It does sound really freaking good.
I gotta go make that shit now. Fuck.
Give Tyler 10, 15 minutes. He's got to go do something.
He's got to go bust down a sandwich.
Cooking episode with Tyler.
I mean, we could do like a cooking tutorial episode. Cooking ASMR on the podcast. It's crazy.
And then young Weastelberg.
My sandwich was a classic, right? It's a classic steak sandwich, but the way I made it was incredible. You got the ciabatta bread. You need the ciabatta bread.
You need the ciabatta.
You need the ciabatta bread. You take the ciabatta bread and you put it on the pan after you cook your steak. For this, it was a sirloin steak. I didn't want to like, if I'm cooking like a ribeye, I'm just gonna eat the damn ribeye, right? But like, this was like,
for fucking sure.
this was good sirloin. You put the ciabatta on the pan without like getting the fats and the juices off the pan. So you let the bread soak up some of the meat juice.
Mm.
And when the buns got the meat juice on them, delectable. We can all agree.
A little bit of crisp on there too.
Then you take the buns off. You throw a little bit of arugula and cilantro on the bottom, right? You stack the sirloin on top, pimento cheese, slap it on top. Simple. That's all you need. I guess if I had the ingredients for it, I probably would have done like a light horseradish sauce, but I didn't have the ingredients for it.
Sauce guy. You know I'm not a big sauce.
I love the sauces. I love the sauces.
My sandwich had bacon. That's the other fucking thing I was forgetting.
Yeah,
oh
can't
my
forget
God.
the bacon.
Cannot forget the bacon. But back to the sauces. I know this is a very hot take. I find that the sauce, depending, because don't get me wrong, there are some sauces, like I don't mind a little bit of barbecue sauce glaze on a Sammy, you know what I'm saying? But things like mustard, mayo, horseradish, some sort of like spicy mayo, I always feel like they take away from the actual sandwich. They overpower a lot of the other flavors. And maybe it's just my experience. I'm just not a sauce guy when it comes to Sammy. I don't want soggy bread either.
My take on that is if the sauce is overtaking the flavor of the sandwich, you're using the wrong sauce.
I would agree with that.
Because a good sandwich and sauce combo should complement each other, right? Like you can't put the Chick-fil-A sauce on a turkey sandwich with no other like anything else.
No, that's why it's
way too overpowering.
Dude, fucking turkey, American cheese, lettuce, and Chick-fil-A sauce.
Vile. Vile's an extreme word. I wouldn't say vile.
I would still eat that. I'd still eat that sandwich.
I would
still
like
what's a Chick-fil-A sandwich? It's chicken with a little bit of lettuce and Chick-fil-A sauce.
As our Canadian brothers say, they call it a chicken burger.
Chicken burger.
Chicken. Oh, bud. You know, chicken burger.
Okay, speaking while we're on the topic of sauces, I want to introduce y'all the best sauce I've ever had. And this is it's fitting with the time of year because they're great on crawfish. And you know, with it being Mardi Gras and today was Ash Wednesday, so
fucking Southern boy.
Yeah,
Mardi Gras and
it's I love Mardi Gras. But like you do mayonnaise, probably about like 60-70% mayonnaise, ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, and then Tabasco, and you mix that all together, and it is the perfect sauce.
I can see how that would be a really good sauce.
It is so good. It is phenomenal, and especially at a crawfish boil. You open the crawfish up, you dip them, you eat them, but you can do a steak sandwich like you were talking about, Wes. Like it's going to be good on that too. Like chicken, it's good on chicken. Like salmon, it's not half bad on salmon. Like this sauce goes with pretty much anything. If it was socially acceptable, I would eat it with just chips.
Yeah, and I can see that. And here's the reason why I can see that. Y'all know what a really hot topic lately has been is the millennial burger joint.
And
And
wait. Enlighten me. I'm lost.
Tell you're not hip to the millennial burger joint? Okay, so have you heard the song that's like, "We are young, young"?
Yes,
the one I know
it's the
will
millennial
never
song.
die. Like that song, right? Okay,
yes.
so it's like every time I see the song on social media, it's just like this clip of like a millennial burger joint, which is a shop where you can get a burger for like $18, but you gotta buy the fries separately. And that, like, think
So
of like
Guys.
a burger box.
Okay.
Millennial burger joint. And the reason why I bring this up is because Burger Bach had the best sauces. I know the one that they said was like their signature sauce, right? For all these places, just garlic aioli. But a good garlic aioli goes so hard.
It does take you far.
And the thing about Burger Bach is every time you order the fries, which, like, you know, they're not like the $15 fries that like some of these other joints have, right? They bring you 3 sauces to eat with your fries. They had a blueberry barbecue sauce that was so good. Their garlic aioli, so good. They had like a kind of like a Cajun sauce, like you were saying, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
So good just to put on your fries. And honestly, you don't just go there for the burger. The burger's gonna be really good, right? They say all their meat is sourced from New Zealand, which is how you know this is the millennial burger joint.
Fucking lie.
But
A New Zealand man raised the cows.
The New Zealanders raise the cows. And you know what? If the meat from the cows tastes that good, I'm trying to taste the milk too. I want the New Zealand milk.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Let me hear it.
I have never really tasted a difference in burger meat. Once in my life have I. Once in my life. Like, I got a Wagyu fucking burger at Napa, that place at Westchester Commons. Tasted like a regular goddamn burger I could have made in my own goddamn house.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing: when you get a burger, right? It's all like burgers aren't made of the good meat from the cow. It's made of the
it's all
scraps.
the worst. Yeah, it's the worst meat. And that's
So,
why
like-
it's called ground beef. They take the livers
That's
and
what
the
I'm
hearts.
saying, though. It's people
And
who
the
buy an expensive
tongue.
burger because it's sourced from New Zealand. Tastes the
Yeah.
fucking same.
Hot dogs are the same way, though. Hot dogs are all the beef.
No. You can
Hot
have
dogs, I
a
would say,
terrible
are
hot
worse.
dog, bro. You know if you're eating a bad hot dog by when you bite into it, if it feels like you're biting into a piece of a chalk.
I
Then
don't
you're
think I've
like,
ever
whoa.
had that happen.
I've never
Really?
once bit into a hot dog and thought I was eating chalk.
Chalk is a bad example
had-
of what I'm talking about, but like, there's a certain taste and mouthfeel to bad hot dogs.
I would agree with that. I've had a bad hot dog and be like, this
I need it to
is,
snap on me.
yeah, like this is not a good hot dog. But every time that's happened, it's been like at a baseball game or someplace where the hot dog was overly priced, and it's like, fuck, I got to finish this now. Like I can't.
No, but
I
see,
gotta
here's the
suck it
thing.
up.
The only time I think like they're gonna serve you a bad hot dog is in a spot when you don't think they're gonna notice that it's a bad hot dog. Because hear me out. I've never been to a baseball place and had a good hot dog, but I also never got a hot dog at a baseball game where I was sober, and I've never
Very
cared.
true. I will say this: the Rocky Stadium course field, terrible hot dogs. It is a disgrace to the ballpark dog, in my
But I
opinion.
bet they got some really fresh cores.
They do have the cheapest beers at all of the MLB stadiums and the cheapest tickets. So it's
Well,
kind
because
of
they
like,
also got the most buns team.
Yeah, and then we have the worst team ever. But hey, when the Cubs come to town, woo! Those tickets skyrocket. But it is
The
worth
first time
every
I
penny.
learned Colorado was a thing was when the Colorado Rockies played against the Red Sox in the World Series in like 2006. Before that, I was ignorant to Colorado's existence.
I was ignorant to USA's existence. What?
Tyler, remember when Eason asked what state China was in?
So fucking funny. Oh my god, so fucking funny.
Wait, y'all gotta explain this story.
It's not really much of a story. We were just chilling. Eason was like 4, and she was like, "Dad, the sun is poking my eyes. What state is China in?"
What the
And
heck?
we were like, "You dumb bitch. What are you talking about?" Like,
Cameron, in her older age, once asked me, what state is Oregon in? And I say, like,
Oregon.
what? She goes, well, like, what state is Oregon in? And I said, Oregon? She goes, huh? I said, Oregon's a state, sweetheart. She goes,
And they're trying
Where
to
is
take
it?
away the Department of Education. Unreal.
in the corner. In the corner.
Oregon,
Over yonder.
I will say this: Oregon, surprisingly racist state.
well, dude,
Really?
because Oregon was made in Oregon state constitution. It says there are no black people allowed in the state.
Yeah, it was after they abolished slavery. All the white Southerners went up the Oregon Trail, like the game, and caught dysentery and all that jazz, and settled in Oregon as the new white supremacist state. Frankly, I think they then relocated to Arkansas, but there's still some racist people in Oregon. And when I was on the road and left the South for the first time, that was the first time I saw the Confederate flag outside of the South. Which I was like, why are you flying this? Like, you have no ties to it. And I Googled, and turns out, yes, they do.
Yes, they
They
do.
got
Yes,
they got hella
do.
ties.
That's foul, disgusting, and vile.
But
Nothing
they'll
makes
say
me
it's
angrier.
heritage.
Nothing makes it's not there's
Well, you know what's even
We all
crazier?
know what the Confederates were fucking fighting for, my brother.
Oh, yes.
I'm not
yes, we
arguing with you.
do.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
Nothing makes me angrier than I'm driving in the South and I see a Confederate flag larger than my house. Guys, you've just dropped $300 on that. For what? To just
To
piss
let
people
everybody
off?
know that they're racist.
Rage baiting.
The other thing that really pissed me off about driving the South, so I'm driving from Georgia to Virginia, and all throughout South Carolina, the signs are just saying, repent. Jesus.
Yep. Jesus
Dude, it's so
saves.
funny.
Jesus
that
saves. And I'm like,
shit makes me giggle because I know there are people who actually believe in that shit, and it makes me giggle
nah,
hard.
there are people that are praying every time they see one of those signs. I
Oh,
just
yeah.
turn my rap music up even louder.
I will never understand how somebody picked up a book and
Well,
they were like, let's live by
This
this.
is real. Let's live by this.
I'm going to
Look,
live
see,
by
I can-
this
I can
5,000 years
understand
later.
it. Because I've seen how much people don't want to think for themselves. And when you think about the time when the book was created, people couldn't think about anything other than where am I getting my next meal from, and is my child going to die of disease?
Yeah. It was
So
a hard
why would they
life
not?
back
Why would
then.
they not
live
just
in
think
that age? That's my point.
I understand.
Well, tradition says,
Well, tradition
says that
slavery is legal and we should abolish all black people.
no. So in Catholic
That's
school,
going to sound crazy on the podcast. Without
that is going to be a wild. That's going to be a wild clip. But
We're just
so
going to
in,
post that with no context.
get our
I like those
scans over for our
followers.
second episode. I mean, that's Tyler said it best. Rage bait. I mean,
Rage
Dude,
bait.
rage bait is my favorite form of fucking comedy.
Me
Oh
neither.
my god. Oh my god, it's so fucking funny. Rage baiting West when I was younger was genuinely the greatest form of entertainment known to man.
that's what a little
Rage
brother's
baiting you
supposed
was
to
great
do.
for you after you turned like 10, because before that I would just beat you up.
Oh no, 100%. I think that's why it was so fun for me, is because up until I was 10, I was just an inferior specimen. Not a single thing. Sean, the amount of times me and Wes would wake up in the morning and go play video games before school, and I would leave for school crying because I could not fucking win.
I've been there.
Millions.
It sucks. It sucks losing, putting everything on the
now-
line.
I can win occasionally, depending upon the thing.
No, I feel like
Not
most
FIFA.
games now we're pretty even. FIFA's the because Tyler quit FIFA. I made him rage quit FIFA. That was the only
Really?
thing he could never rage bait me at.
I will never play again because of West.
We should.
It's okay. I don't even play that shit anymore. It's busted.
Y'all two should play me at NHL.
I would play Sean.
I've played you in NHL. You kicked my ass.
I did kick your ass.
I'll play
It's
y'all
so much
in
fun.
Rocket League.
You kicked my ass at
Dude,
Rocket
I'm
League.
so bad at rock. I'm a Jerry at Rocket League.
Car soccer? I'll play y'all in golf and shit on you. That's for sure.
Oh, whenever I golf, I don't take that shit seriously. It's like me with
Really?
tennis. I'm just there to dick
Never.
around.
Never. I don't take that shit serious.
Mm-mm. I'm okay. I will say this. People say, I like working with fraternity men, and like you hear this phrase a lot. Like, what's your handicap when it comes to golf? I heard one person say their handicap, and they said, and the response was, "Oh, that's not bad." Ever since then, that's the number I've said. Because it was not like I'm a god, and it wasn't like, oh, I don't know what this means. It like kept me around and cool enough to talk about that, but I have no idea what a handicap means in golf.
What is
So,
the handicap you go
What
with?
is your handicap?
I think it was something like 42 or something like that. It was like a not bad answer.
But if you don't golf often, that's not
It's
bad.
not that bad.
That's
I guess
not
you're
bad.
right.
Like,
I guess
I
you're
golf
right.
So,
at least 1 to 2 times a week, and I am a 19.1 handicap.
what does that mean?
It means, on average, I shoot 19 over par.
Oh, okay.
So, on average, you're shooting 40 over par, which is, believe me, for a man who does not golf often, not bad at all.
Not bad.
It's
See?
okay. My handicap is probably like 30. Like I'm
I
like
would agree. I
I'm
would
like
agree.
I'm like a 1.5 over. I'm like a bogey and a half golfer.
That sounds great.
Yeah, I'd say bogey and a half to double bogey golfer. I'm about a bogey golfer.
Mm-hmm. No, because every time Tyler and I play, Tyler will beat me.
I'm shooting about 18 to 22 over. That's about what I'm shooting.
Yeah.
That's not
See, I
bad.
usually do really good like the first 6 holes, right? I'm usually like, maybe 3, 4 over on the first 6 holes.
Then he jumps off the cliffs.
No, and then I've just drank like 4 beers.
Yep.
And then the golf.
Yes.
Just not as good. Because, it's one of those, it's like playing like beer die, right? Where like after the first couple beers, like, I'm way better at this. But no. After 4 beers at golf, you think you're better, but you're just really swinging way harder for way less results.
No reason.
Learning how to control your body is so impossible. Especially if you're somebody like Sean, who's played hockey his whole life. Mm-hmm. When you swing a golf club, you're like, oh, this is like I'm fucking slap-shotting a hockey stick. Not at all, my brother. Not at all.
And while we're talking about drinking beer on the golf course, what's the best place y'all drank a beer at before?
Oh, good question. Good question.
Man,
I know. Tyler, you got it? You got it.
I get started. Don't get me wrong. There's two places, and I will preface this by saying I dislike beer. I don't like beer. I'm really not drinking beer. So for my substitute, I'm going to go with like ciders or just a drink that I enjoy. I really like transfusions. I'm currently drinking a long drink. I don't like beer. Call me a pussy. Call me whatever the fuck you want. I don't like beer. But the best place to have an alcoholic beverage, I had three statements. The golf course. Something about a beautiful day outside. I'm golfing this weekend with my boys. I am more excited to drink on that golf course than play golf.
Yeah, valid.
That's very valid.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. The sun hits you. You pick up the drink. It's gotten a little less cold than you'd probably like it, but that does not matter. Mm-hmm. Number 2 was drinking the West. What was it? The West. The West drinks
water.
Out in the West. The West water out in the West with West. Sitting at a national park with alcoholic beverage. Me and Wes were just yapping, dude. We had some dude come up behind us. He was like, yo, y'all missed a picture? This shit's kind of sick. We were just sitting, drinking together. Like, it was so fucking cool.
Just dope.
And then the last one, I don't like football. I don't care for it. I never have cared for it. Getting drunk at a football game, fucking electric. I've never cared more about men socking other men than I cared when I was inebriated at a football game.
You know what, Sean, fun fact, the football game he's referencing is the Mississippi State Arkansas football game.
No shit, really? It's awesome, right? I was gonna say, yeah, like a tailgate is a great place to drink beer. A tailgate is incredible. I love a good tailgate. What's something I think needs to add on to what Tyler said, because I agree with everything that Tyler said, but a lake beer, sitting on a boat in the lake in the middle of the summer.
Yes.
A lake beer is incredible. Yes. I love a lake beer.
Lake beer.
Yeah, and then probably my second favorite place to drink a beer is gonna be like on a porch in the middle of the summer. You're sitting there and just like leaning back in your rocking chair, just drinking a beer, no responsibilities. The sun's hitting you. It's just so relaxing. Perfect place to drink a beer.
I could not agree more. And I'm going to have to add to the lake beer by adding drinking a lake beer while you're on a kayak with the boys is incredible.
Incredible. That I know is how heaven is real.
There was the one time Tyler, Kevin, Zach, and I were up in Maine, and we were just like, you know what? We got nothing better to do. Let's just go kayak. I think it was like 2 p.m. I think we were on those kayaks until like 5. We all came back the most sunburned. We each drank like 4 beers on the kayak, like drank it to the point where I was falling out of the kayak.
my
Like,
God, dude.
it's just an incredible time to have a kayak beer. And besides a lake beer, I'm gonna have to go with like just like an I love a back porch beer on my back porch. Nothing better in the summer. Plus, like, you know, having a beer on your own porch is like, damn, I made it.
Yeah,
This
that's
is my
life.
porch, yeah.
But
Haven't
another
experienced that yet,
underrated
guys.
spot to have a beer, is just a beer at like your favorite bar or brewery. It will always go hard. Because you can't be upset about it. You know what you're going to get every time. You're probably with some friends, and it's just a great spot to have a beer.
Atmosphere.
You know the bartenders. You know
the
what to
bartenders.
expect.
Kelsey
Was the
Country
GOAT
Boy?
bartender.
Kelsey was the go bartender at Country Boy. Fucking loved her.
Okay, so while we're talking about the best spot to have a beer, what's the worst place what's the most sad you've ever been having a
This
drink?
most sad. That's a great question.
Oh, I gotta rack my brain here.
I think, all right, I guess I'll start, right? I guess I wasn't really like sad having a drink, but it's probably like just like the worst idea for a place to have a drink. We used to do this thing at club soccer at CNU where at the end of our season, our last practice, the club would use our dues to buy, I don't know, probably like 50, 60 fireball shooters. And we would just be like, there's like 4 or 5 shooters per person, so it wasn't anything crazy. But by the end of the practice, like, people were getting hurt. I don't think we ever had a practice like this where somebody didn't get hurt. Probably irresponsible of us to do, but as somebody that never did get hurt, it was very funny.
I'm gonna piggyback off that just a smidgen. I don't think specifically this counts because I think drinking at sand soccer is my favorite activity outside of the 3 beers that the 3 enjoyments of beer that I provided. But drinking 3 32-ounce mimosas before playing a sand soccer game was a vile and deathly decision.
Yeah, that was incredible.
You can fault me given the fact that these 32-ounce mimosas were $5, but 3 before a sand soccer game and then driving home 4 hours post sand soccer game, terrible time. Terrible
diabolical
time.
decision.
Felt like what I imagine the inside of an alcoholic's intestine feels like.
No, and I'm going to have to piggyback off that because, like, I also drank the 3 32-ounce mimosas before the same sand soccer game. And the thing about it is that we weren't even the people that drank the most 32-ounce mimosas.
Fucking Shelton, my God.
Matt Shelton, who will have to get on the podcast at some point. I told him we were going to need him to get on here. Bro drank like 5.
Oh my God.
And then played multiple sand soccer games. We at least lost our game after we drank the mimosas because our whole team was drinking. We were useless.
Oh my God. Well,
we didn't have to play anymore. But bro drank 5 mimosas and then proceeded to play 2 games completely fine. I don't know how he did it. He's a machine.
He's a machine.
How tall is this dude?
Matt
6'2"?
is, I don't know. Yeah, I'd say like 6'1",
I would say he's a
6'2".
little taller than me, and I'm 6 foot.
He's a little taller. I'd say like, I don't know, 6'2", 170 maybe. Like, he's not a big guy. Just a normal sized dude.
That's a lot of mimosas. 32
That's
ounce
a lot of mimosas. And they weren't like, you go pay $10 for a shitty mimosa where you don't pay $5 for a mimosa. They give you a splash of champagne and a bunch of orange juice. Nah, it was like a half a bottle of champagne in each one of these mimosas because they were so large.
It was so good, though.
So tasty, though.
It was a great time. And personally, I actually didn't drink a regular Moser. I drank a pineapple Moser. So I had pineapple juice in my Moser.
It's pretty good, though.
Yeah, I want to say I drank a mango Moser.
I will say this. People who drink screwdrivers in the morning are fucking wild.
Nah, the only time I ever saw somebody drink a screwdriver was on Beach Week. There was one dude, his name is Gager. He just
fucking name. What a name.
Every morning he would wake up and go, "Where's my goddamn screwdriver?"
That's hilarious.
I want my screwdriver.
Bro is lit as fuck. I know he was.
Nah, bro. Yeah, he's a cool dude. I saw him. I was at a Mexican restaurant with I think Dan and Grandpa a little while ago, back when I was in Richmond. And I saw Gager, and I was like, "Damn, bro, what a throwback! Haven't seen that boy in a minute."
Bro, me and Grandpa be throwing drinks down. I'm not gonna gap.
Bro, I love going to Maine with Nan and Grandpa because they keep that thing stocked.
They got so much out, bruh.
They got all the alcohol, and they don't care if you take it. Like, obviously, at this point, they don't care if we take it because we're older.
21.
Now, right?
But when y'all were 16, I bet they cared.
I mean, not
I wasn't a big dresser until I turned 20.
My grandfather single-handedly is keeping Budweiser afloat. That man loves him some Budweiser. It's
He didn't
insane.
care when they became the gay beer.
Nope. Oh, he bought more of it.
Ah, what a guy! What a guy! I
He bought more of it. No, Lil Pop is an incredible guy.
feel like it was the old people that cared the most about the Budweiser doing their marketing.
He's a deacon too, so it was. But he is talk about brand loyalty. I learned that from him. He loves him some Budweiser. It is always around.
What is y'all's go-to beer?
All right, so back when I was in college, I pretty much only drank Coors. Now that I'm
Hell
older,
yeah.
now that I'm older and I want the most bang for my buck, but while still enjoying a beer, I love a 7. This is very specific, a 7% hazy New England IPA.
Very you.
At any brand of them, I just think they're very good, and they get the job done. Yeah. You have 2 of them, you don't need any more. You saved your money.
You're good.
You had a couple tasty brews. You're good to go.
Going off that, I love an amber ale.
Okay.
I love a good amber ale. But the Breckenridge Avalanche, which is a staple here in Colorado, I'm not a fan of. It's probably my least favorite amber ale. But the local breweries amber ales, I love those. I can't get enough of them.
So I have a question about an amber ale for you, Sean.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the bourbon barrel aged amber ales they did in Lexington?
I thought that they added a very unnecessary kick.
I thought they were a little nasty.
They were not good. And it was kind of going back to the sauces side of it, where it's you have a perfectly good drink, and then they just added too much to it to try to elevate it or change it. And it was no, you didn't need to. You didn't need a mess for perfection. I can drink bourbon, and I can drink an amber ale. I don't need to drink them at the same time. It's just gonna fucking explode my taste buds.
Yep. Not
So-
anymore.
I'm not a beer drinker, but the greatest single drink I've ever had, and it's kind of funny that this is the case, but it was a blackberry 10% cider that also was aged in a bourbon barrel, funny enough.
They love a good bourbon barrel.
That and the fucking Maine blueberry lemonades, dude.
Ooh, blueberry lemonade is so good.
So
I don't
tasty.
know what they put in that shit. It does not taste like you're drinking alcohol, but it's 8%, Sean.
So
Every time
tasty.
my parents go to Maine, I tell them, bring me back a fucking case. They are so good. Me and my buddy Trevor, we drank six packs of them in the 5 days we were there.
Okay, at least it was over a couple of days. That's insane.
It was amazing. At least 3 or 4 a day. You have no idea, Sean. You have zero idea how good these drinks are.
Yeah, we'll have to get you up to Maine at some point, Sean, because they're so good.
Sean would love Maine, dude. Oh my god.
That whole Northeast, I've been to New York, but everything above New York, I have not been to, and I need to check that off
New York.
off
Oh my
my
God.
states. I think about 34 states. So I need to finish that.
We'll get you up to Maine. If not this summer, next summer.
Yeah. How many states have you been to, West?
I think it's 38. I'm not 100% sure, but I could
Pretty
if I looked at a
impressive.
map right now, I could tell you which ones I still needed to go to.
Well, are you talking just driving through? Does that count?
I'm
I
gonna say
count- so-
you have it doesn't count if you're in the airport, and you have to
Right.
set foot in the state. If you were driving through and you set foot in
Doesn't
it, that
count.
counts. No, that
Okay.
counts.
Well, yeah, you stop to get food.
So what I count is spending the night in a state.
I think
That's
that's probably
what
a
I
better way
count.
to gauge it, if I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I count. Now, I will agree, airports don't count. Even if you spend the night in an airport, it does not count. I think overall airports don't count, but
Okay, but like it also counts though, like so like Tyler and I say like for example, we went to New Hampshire. We didn't spend the night. We spent like 6 hours doing an activity in New Hampshire that you can't do anywhere else.
Yeah,
I would count
that's a
that.
different case.
I would count that because like that. I think like for me the criteria that I have is like you spend the night in the state and or you do an activity in that state. So like those are kind of my criteria that I count.
Here we go. I've been to Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, DC, West Virginia, Maryland.
Wait. Do you want us to keep count?
I'm not counting for this motherfucker. He has fingers.
He has figures.
It's fine. We can go back and count. Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, DC, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Maine. That's 16. Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri. It's 25. Texas,
26.
Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, New Mexico, Utah, Wyoming, California, Oregon.
I got 35.
I've been to 35 states, and I think that's pretty accurate.
That's pretty close. That's pretty great.
I've been on the East Coast and then Kansas and then Utah and Colorado and Texas.
Okay, my turn. All right, so gonna knock off the easiest two. I've been to Hawaii. I've been to Alaska. I've been to I've been been to Washington. Been to Oregon. Been to California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, Idaho, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Mississippi, Alabama, is 20, Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, that's 30, Florida, DC, Pennsylvania, Maryland, and New York.
35
I'll
as
ask
well.
a dumb question, boys.
What's up?
Is DC a state?
Absolutely not, but we're gonna count it. We're gonna count it for these purposes.
I mean, if Rhode Island's a fucking state, why the fuck isn't DC?
I mean,
needs
DC
to
is
be a
like
state.
4 times the population of Rhode Island too, and it's
Yeah.
also like the most important area politically in the country.
Mhm.
So
What I love about DC is that you are constantly being watched 24/7, but it is also the only place in the entire world that is built to be a nation's capital. And I think that that is so fucking cool.
What do you mean by that? Enlighten me.
Well, like-
I'm not educated.
Everything has meaning. Okay, so like that's number one. That's reason number one. Like this building is 1,776 feet away from the next building. These streets are all the streets are named after states. All 50 states are represented in DC. All the flags from the states are flown in DC. Almost a majority of the buildings are built from materials collected from all a portion of the states. Like the Lincoln Memorial is made with Tennessee marble. And I think that's so cool. Like that marble came from Tennessee, and like that's so cool. I don't know why it didn't come from Illinois because like Lincoln has no business being like Tennessee, but like shit like that where it's so cool. There's so many, and it's everything except for the Spy Museum is free because we pay our
Spy
taxes,
Museum?
and those taxes. Yeah, there's a Spy Museum in DC, and that's the only museum that's not free. Everything else you can just walk in because your taxes pay for those buildings. And so it's like shit like that where it's just so cool, and it's just like a culmination of the United States. Like there's a whole memorial that recognizes the World War II memorial, I think, that recognizes every single state. And I think that that's just something that's like it was built to be a nation's capital. And I think that's just so
nation's
cool.
capitals to make this statement.
No, but my friend from Berlin, my friend from Germany, he's been to Berlin. He was like, because like that's what I just thought was like every nation's capital was built like that. He goes, no, every other nation's capital is just a city that they just decided was capital. DC was specifically built to be a nation's capital. And also even like the planters, like the decoration that are lined in front of the buildings, those things are fucking bunkers. They can take like 10 tons of force and not move an inch and not be busted down. And it's like shit like that where it's like they look like just an ordinary planter, but that is like specifically designed to be a defense mechanism. And I just think that that's so cool.
That is pretty cool.
Every American should visit our nation's capital.
No,
I
it's
have a
sick.
list of things every
I
American
very much
should.
enjoy DC as well. It is a very
Cool
sick
city.
place.
A lot of my friends live in DC now. But fellas, I think today was an incredible conversation. I think today was a very fun episode to make. Hopefully you guys that tuned in to listen also think that this was a fun episode to listen to. We kind of just went off script a little bit today. I had no idea where we were going to start it, where we were going to finish it, but
Sandwich thing
glad-
came
I'm glad
out
we
of my
did it.
ass.
sandwiches and beer.
Sandwiches, beer, and our nation's capital.
Sandwiches, beer, and our nation's capital. And on behalf of Tyler and Sean, I want to thank everybody for tuning in today to the Candy Shop. We post podcasts every Monday. Keep coming back. You're going to keep finding something you're going to love. Keep that sweet tooth, everybody, and have a great rest of your day.
Peace.